welcome back to the Munch Bros in the Nerdverse podcast. I'm your host, Blasphemous13, and joining me is the lovely...
Tank Girl.
And next to her, the learned scholar himself,
Dr. Cheese.
How is everyone tonight?
It's a good Sunday. Happy Easter, everybody.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
This will probably be posted way after Easter, but
Probably
guess
2
what?
or 3 weeks after,
We
but
still
whatever.
said Happy Easter.
What Easter event things have you guys done today? Because I can tell you what I've done.
I've drank a lot, and I've eaten prime rib. And I watched my father-in-law put horseradish on his salad thinking it was dressing.
Oh my god.
He thought it was dressing.
That is hilarious.
And
it was a bad mistake.
Also, it was our little monkey's first Easter.
Yes.
Little monkey.
Little monkey.
It was her first Easter.
Our 8-month-old, almost 9-month-old, first Easter, and she had a blast.
Wow.
Minus, screaming at other people, but...
Well, she screamed at Grandma and Grandpa because she didn't see him in a while, and she's still a baby.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what I did Easter themed. I did nothing Easter themed.
In fact, you forgot to eat until we brought you food.
It's true.
Brought you bomb food, though.
But we brought you prime rib. We brought you
Salmon.
We brought you shrimp. Scrimp. Actually, it's not scrimp. That's some fucking high-class shrimp. All right, well, we got a bunch of things for tonight's podcast. I mean, I proposed another top 5. It was called the Top 5 Movies That Should Be Remade. Also, we have some movie reviews for Onward and Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. I got Trivia Buff. That's Logus is going against Tank Girl, trying to get his title back for Trivia Buff. What do you think about that, Tank Girl?
He can try.
Logus, what do you think?
I think that I'm going to beat her once again.
Once again.
You didn't beat me at all.
I mean again.
If you can't hear him very well, he's over on the couch playing Fortnite. Then we got some nerd news, and then what we always love is Tank Girl's one-liner. And then I've got a new segment, I guess should be the word. The segment is called The Grown Ranger, and it's basically a rating on dad jokes.
Ugh.
I've got dad jokes, and I want to see how much I can make you cringe today.
Oh, God.
And then we got some time. We'll do some Dr. Cheese medical opinions. And then I got a little thing that these guys don't even know about that I did, and I want to see what their real opinions without me discussing them on it is. Actually, you know what? I think I might do that right now. Where we're going to go into this right now is something I came up with that goes with the times right now with this COVID crisis, but it's fun. Okay? That doesn't sound right. COVID, people dying, but this is fun. This is called the 10 weird things people are doing during COVID. And let me get on my phone. They are right here. I forgot. I'm sorry for not being prepared, but screw that. All right, here they go. Where should we start? Should we start from 10 to 1 or 1 to 10?
10 to 1. Let's do a countdown.
10 to 1. So, one of the stupid things people are doing right now. Number 10. People are being so stupid that they wear masks and gloves, go out to shop, touch everything, then not switch out the masks and gloves before they get into their car or go into their houses. Being not protected. Obviously, you need to wash these.
Wash the ass.
Or wash the ass. Or clean the ass before you try it again. Not so bad. You guys already know that. I brought that up a few times. It really irks me.
I know.
It really irks me.
It's so irritating. And then you see these people driving with their gloves. I'm just like, what are you doing?
You're just transferring it from one place to another.
Exactly.
Possibly. Number 9. People are mass buying water bottles even though they have perfectly good tap water because the virus is not transmitted through water. I mean, I'm pretty sure it could go through water, but it wouldn't last for very long. So I don't understand why they need to buy water bottles in order when they could just get it right out of their tap. Or
because
buy a
they
Brita
think
filter.
It's going to be a zombie apocalypse.
Right? The zombie movies, I love them, but it's warped people's minds, I think. Number 8. This one my mother actually brought up, and I kind of got mad at her because I wasn't really mad at her. She was sharing it on Facebook because she thought it was funny. But there's people actually doing this, and I've looked this up online. People are using diapers cut in a certain way to use them as masks on their face.
Oh, that irks me.
Doctor, what do you think about that?
I don't know any diaper that's N95 rated.
Yeah, N95, no, definitely not.
No, it's not. They're not N95 rated, so they're really not going to do anything. We've talked about this before, but viruses are ultra small. They're like the biggest virus is about the smallest size bacteria.
Yeah.
They're very small, and they can get through those cell walls.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to just like kind of go off of on this diaper thing, people are using masks that people use in their jobs that do duct work and do stuff underneath houses, thinking that it stops the virus, and guess what? It doesn't.
Mm-mm.
These masks are meant for insulation, not coming into your nose and mouth to inhale it, asbestos and shit like that, not viruses, but much smaller.
Yeah, it's the prescribed preventative measures are what you want to follow because they are actually very intuitive. For example, you'll want to limit how much you go out to the grocery store, maybe once a week, maybe twice a week. If that, you want to keep your 6-foot social distance. You know how it goes. Wash your hands when you get in the house. Wash your hands whenever you think you might have contaminated. Wash your hands whenever you accidentally touch your face, and try not to touch your face.
Try not. Yes.
Like, it's that simple.
I mean, little offshoot again off of this one. What do you think about the people who are making their own masks? I mean, it's cool, but is it really helping, or is it just being a placebo for people who are overly scared about this?
I feel like placebo might be the way to think about this.
Yeah.
A friend of mine told me that they knit one, and I think, yeah, that's cool and everything,
cool,
but that's
bro.
not going to prevent anything.
No. If anything, it'll stop from, if somebody coughs on you, it'll stop the snot from getting into your face, But that's about it. All right, next one, number 7. I think you're going to love this one. People have actually asked people, doctors and pharmacists and nurses and whatnot, if they can gargle bleach because it kills the virus. The look on the doctor's face is priceless.
I'm just doing a full head desk salute.
Facepalm.
Facepalm salute. The thing about this is that you don't ingest bleach in any way whatsoever. It's very deadly. You morons. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't fucking do it.
No.
It is a base chemical. I don't know if anybody here knows about pH balances or anything like that, but bases, acids, they're basically the opposite. You get basey enough, it has the same effect of acid, it'll eat through things.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what bleach does. It will eat through your intestines if you get drops down through your esophagus.
It'll tear your esophagus up. I mean,
It'll
there's people who've survived drinking bleach that had to have their stomach basically sewn up into where their esophagus was in order to survive, and you watch them eat their food. It's really gross.
Generally speaking, if I'm gonna say anything about medicine, I'm gonna say miracle cures are called miracle cures because they are fake.
True, because there's no such thing as a quick fix
No,
in this world.
100% not.
All right. Well, here's number 6. This one kind of irritates me because this is the world now. And people accusing China of putting the virus in the mask they are buying so they could get sick so China can come out with a miracle cure and profit off of them.
I'm so sick of people focusing in on China so hard. Regardless of your intent, what happens with that is Asian people in America get hurt.
Yeah. And it's sad. We went through this in World War II.
Mm-hmm.
We had concentration camps here that nobody really seems to know of. And the people who weren't in those, they got persecuted by the people on the streets, and it was sad.
Yeah, a scapegoat will never be an appropriate salve.
No.
So if anyone ever tries to tell you that it is, go ahead and just disassociate from them.
You can't persecute innocent people, pretty
Yeah.
much.
It's not okay.
Yes, I have seen videos of people making these masks and coughing all over them. Those people can be persecuted, but the people who live here, who are your brothers and sisters right next to you, should not be persecuted because they're not doing that shit. Alright, off of that one. Number 5. This one kind of grosses me out, but it's still a part of this. There is a bovine vaccine for COVID that has been out because animals have known to get it. COVID's not new. It's been around, and cows can get it. People are actually using the bovine vaccine to try to prevent it. I am killing the doctor's brain today.
It's too much. People thinking that they have the same physiology as a cow. I mean, what even is this? God,
Yeah, right?
damn it.
We'll go to number 4 now. This one's kind of along the same line. People are getting mad that pharmacists won't let them stockpile prescription meds. Like, oh, I've got a prescription for something. Please give me 3 months worth because I want to stock up just in case that the end of time's just coming.
No, that's still going to be something that goes against pharmacy protocols.
Yes. No.
You idiots, if it's a prescription, it's because it's a controlled substance usually. That means that they have to limit how much they can give you at a time because it can be dangerous, especially if sold.
Yeah.
You're not a doctor if you're stockpiling. You shouldn't be giving people medicine. You shouldn't be selling people medicine. You definitely shouldn't be stockpiling 3 months worth of it.
Or more. These people, you know what they really want to do. They want to take
sell
it and they
at a much
want to
higher
sell
price.
it at a much higher
They
price.
want to Martin Shkreli it.
Because they know if the world ends, the currency is alcohol, liquor,
Goods.
gold.
Yeah.
If there's any need for gold, you know?
Goods
Clean
and
water,
commodities, yeah.
food. Number 3, we all know. Still pisses me off. People fighting over fucking toilet paper. Are you serious?
Toilet paper.
Like, come on. If you really need to, you do have towels at home that you can wash. If you really need to wipe your ass that bad. But fighting somebody and hurting somebody, not freaking cool.
Yeah, we've come into this before, but I'm serious on a serious note. America needs to get with the times. We need to start installing bidets.
Bidets, yeah. I'm agree with you. I mean, it's kind of weird for me, but you know what? I'm down. If I could afford one, I would get one.
Look, man, I'm not comfortable with shooting a string of water up my butt or myself. All right, it's not a usual thing that happens in my life, but you know, I'm willing to bite the bullet. But
To be cleaner.
we need to do it as a society.
Yeah. Number 2. I'm almost done. Last 2. Number 2. People wanting more flu shots. Get this. So they can be dosed up to prepare for the virus. They think that if they get more flu shots, they will be stronger towards this virus. First off, if you don't already know, the flu shot is only given for the most popular strain of flu that there is in that year. COVID was not a part of that whole collection of data to make those flu shots. So getting a flu shot, you're just putting the same damn thing that's not going to fight in it. Fight against it.
Yeah, if you're getting multiple flu shots, the second one's just completely ineffective whatsoever.
And then what is it? You have more likelihood of getting, what's it called, Guillain-Barré, where you're basically your body, I forgot how it is, but it's like what it's called, but it basically your body starts going numb from like your toes on up, and if you don't catch it, it'll kill you. It's people have happened, but I'm not saying that happens all the time, but I've heard plenty of stories and known people that have actually gotten fucked up because of flu shots.
Guillain-Barré, but I've not really heard of that.
Yeah.
So much.
It's French, so it's spelled not like how it sounds. So, and then the last one. This one's kind of a funny one. Number 1, people asking doctors if they can use condoms to touch door handles and elevator buttons.
I mean, you can, but why?
Why would you want to put spermicidal lube everywhere?
Spread the love.
These aren't dried up elevators. Come on.
I mean, COVID is not sperm. Sorry to say.
What people think in these ways. All right, now we're done with that. Let's go on to the more nerdy stuff. I just wanted to do that just because it's just like I wanted to see your guys' reactions. I purposely didn't tell you guys about that at all because I just want to see it. Sadly, Tank Girl couldn't be a part of it. I'll go through it real quick. We said a recap was they wore masks, blah, blah, blah. You saw that. Mask buying water. Using diapers is where you left. She had to leave to go take care of the little monkey. Number 7 that you didn't hear, people asked if it was okay to gargle bleach. Yeah,
Just drink it. If you're that stupid, just
people
drink
using cow vaccines that protect against the COVID. Made for cows. Fighting over toilet paper. People wanting to stockpile prescription meds.
Yeah.
Caveat to what Tank Girl just said, the Munch Brothers and their verse, all of us do not advise you to kill yourself or drink bleach or anything like that.
No, just
But
the only thing
you're
close enough would be hot
stupid-
sauce.
If you're stupid enough to think gargling bleach is gonna work, then you're just some kind of special. You're just some kind of special.
You know,
Stop being stupid.
don't be stupid.
Instead of gargling bleach,
Let's use some intelligence.
They're in the
instead
same
of gargling
category.
bleach, just Wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
Follow the fucking guidelines.
Even Google can give you the
Jesus
guidelines every time you
Christ.
log on the internet. All right. What do you guys want to feel like doing? You guys feel like doing some...
Let's do the 5.
The 5 movies that should be remade. Now, this can't be just... It can be one movie, or it can be a whole series of movies. Anybody like to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I'd like to see what you have first.
What, me? Doctor, you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to start from 5 and go 1. I don't have any honorable mentions, but I heard the doctor does. So when we get to him, he's going to have an extra one. My number 5 of a movie that I would really love to see remade, because the first one is one of those 90s video game movies that just didn't do very well.
Can I guess?
I bet you won't.
It's 90s.
You're not going to guess
video
it.
game.
You're not going to guess it.
It's not Super Mario.
No,
is it?
even though I would love I don't know if it would work, but if they did do a live action Super Mario movie, I think it would be a lot better now. My number 5 features Raul Julia, Street Fighter.
Oh yeah.
Street Fighter with Jean-Claude Van Damme as Guile, Raul Julia as M. Bison. That movie was horrible in its own ways, but good in its own ways. It was just a product of its time. You know, it was corny. 90s corny. These movies can also be really good movies that I just want to see a new iteration of.
Yeah.
My number 4 is The Warriors.
Warriors, come out to play.
I would love to see a remake of The Warriors
That's a great
in the
movie
time
too.
now, not the 70s. I want to see what it would be like now.
With all the
They
street gangs
said
and
one
stuff.
time Netflix was thinking about making a series about it, but then it never happened.
That would've been
So
awesome.
that would have been cool. Number 3 for me is a fun one, and I loved it as a kid. I still do love it, and it has some of the worst rap lyrics in this movie ever. Number 3 is Kazam with Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh my god.
Doctor, did you ever see Kazam?
I did. I did, and I'm going to tell you guys right now, if you think it is Shazam, you're wrong.
It's not Shazam.
Your memory's flawed. You don't live in an alternate dimension.
There's no Shazam, and it wasn't Sinbad. It was Shaquille O'Neal called Kazam. And we genies! Okay. Number 2, one of my favorite movies from the 90s. I'm a 90s kid, so a lot of these are 90s, and there's some 80s. And I think Warriors was 70s or was it early 80s? I can't remember.
That's 70s.
It was
like
that.
late
70s, early 80s, I think. I wasn't born then. I was born in 86. So it was before my time, and I'm glad I found it when I was a teenager because that movie's awesome. Number 2, and I know Tank Girl is going to be about this, and I think I was on one of my lists already, and I think Doctor said he had watched it. I would love to see a remake of Page Master.
Oh,
Page Master.
With new
great
CGI,
movie.
new age CGI. Dude, fucking bring Macaulay Culkin back. I don't care. He could be the Page Master for all I care.
The wizard.
He could be the wizard. I don't care.
That would be cool. I would like to see that, especially if Macaulay Culkin were added into it.
I mean, I know there's probably people that
Well, which
listen to this.
version of Macaulay Culkin as adult? The cracked out version or
The modern version.
Just
The
be
one
the
he looks
new
nice
version.
now.
That's good, you know. But, you know, I think there's a lot of people who be listening to this being like, oh my god, please don't. And, you know, that's fine. You can find any old man to play the thing. I mean, Christopher Lloyd's still alive. I'm pretty sure he could pull old-ass wizard off. I
feel like NPH can play any role whatsoever.
Neil Patrick Harris, yeah, that would be cool. It'd be interesting. And he does magic, so guess what? That kind of works with a wizard. I'm pretty sure he can make it work.
Well, his bright sounding voice would actually lend a lot to that whole like adventure sound.
He is so
True.
diverse in everything he does.
I mean, who would you put as adventure, fantasy, and horror? Who would be the voices? I'm okay with bringing Whoopi back for fantasy.
Oh yeah, she was good.
I'm not partial with Whoopi.
How about for adventure? Since he was a pirate, bring back the dude in that played Barbossa in Pirates of the
His
Caribbean.
name's Jeffrey or Joffrey. No, Jeffrey some.
Okay, but
God, what's his name?
just bring him in to do adventure would be awesome.
I think Leslie Jones could
A
take
fantasy,
Yeah.
like a new age fantasy. That would be good. I'd be okay with that.
I think Leslie Jones could take that role pretty well. And honestly, for horror,
Yeah,
I might go with Jeremy Irons.
Jeremy Irons, or who's the dude who played Claw in Black Panther? And I think he played not Smog. He played
Smeagol.
Smeagol, yeah. Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis. I think he could do a good
Andy Serkis would be a good horror to the adventure guy that I mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeremy Irons. Do well with the voice for adventure, or you could swap the NPH.
Well, Jeremy Irons has that voice that's just so good.
Oh, Jeremy Irons as the wizard? That would be dope.
He just has that voice that's like chilling, and I love it.
Oh, yeah. That'd be great. And then my number one, it's one of my favorite movie series from the 80s. It's funny.
Oh, I know.
Tank Girl can tell you. What's my number one?
Police Academy.
Police Academy.
I love the Police Academy movies. You have to.
It technically is a stoner movie. You have to be drunk, or Steve Guttenberg. Is the and
he has to be in it.
It's cops who have hijinks way before Super Troopers. If you've never seen it, and it could work out because there's so many of them are still alive. Sadly, the best ones, the ones I loved as a kid, are no longer here. Like David Graff as Tackleberry and Bubba Smith as Hightower.
Still get Bobcat Goldthwait.
And of course, Bobcat Goldthwait's still alive, and everybody else, as far as I know, is still alive, other than the Commandant. I forgot what his name was, but he was already like in his 60s or 70s when that movie came out.
Imagine Steve Guttenberg.
And Steve Guttenberg, bring him back.
No, like
bring them all back as cops that are seasoned now. And have a new class.
Well, I'm thinking maybe like have him be the head dude.
The Commandant?
The Commandant.
That would be hilarious.
And with the fish, he has to have the fish.
With the fish? Well, yeah.
If you don't understand that reference, you need to watch the Police Academy movies. You feel bad for
I'm
this
okay
fish.
with all 7 movies being remade. I'm okay. I fucking love those movies. Alright, I would love to see... I'm going to bypass Tank Girl, and I want to know what the Doctor has. Because he's got a little bit... Sometimes he's got more intelligent things, and I want to hear it.
My top 5 remakes. I'm going to go ahead and go down my list.
I just can't wait for that special one that you got set off to the side. So.
No particular order. Yeah, my honorable mention, it's going to be something that you're not going to expect.
Okay.
My first is going to be Wizard of Oz.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to see a gritty version that canonizes the Wicked series lore.
Bring the Wicked series into it.
Yeah, I loved that series of books.
It's a beautiful Broadway play.
As soon as I heard that it was a beautiful Broadway play, I've been wanting to see it. I just haven't really had the opportunity.
Well, when it comes back, we'll all go. Because Logus Nabrogus wants to go with us. And it's amazing. I'm a theater geek, so it's like seeing that ass blast. I cry. When it gets to one part of the musical, I just cringe and just tears of just joy.
It's very uplifting.
It really is.
If you don't know what Wicked is, it's basically showing you that the Wicked Witch was persecuted and she really wasn't the bad guy, and the wizard was.
It's a very, very intricate novel. It's a series of novels, and it sort of contextualizes that it is a fantasy universe, and fantasy can sometimes be kind of dark and mean.
Would you be okay with the other books being made too, like the ones that actually go with Wizard of Oz? Like Wicked's kind of an offshoot that they kind of tied in, but they've got multiple. They've got how many books? Logus, how many books? I think
4 or 5.
No, there's
no. There's like 12 or
10.
something.
Oh, really?
There's ridiculous. How many books are in the Wizard of Oz that you have?
20.
Oh, from the original series?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Wizard of Oz, Dorothy of Oz, Ozma of Oz, all these things. TikTok of Oz. There's tons of books that Logus was telling me about, and it's just there's stuff that I'd never assumed. And then when you watch Wicked, they talk about stuff that you never even heard of either. Mm-hmm. And it just expands that universe even bigger than it ever was.
Did they mention the Nameless God?
I don't know.
Not in that one.
The Nameless God was like the first couple of chapters in Wicked, and it was like real creepy.
All right, let's go to your next one.
Next one, A Clockwork Orange.
Oh.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I haven't watched it in a long time.
Now, look, I know people tell you don't redo Kubrick's movies.
Yeah.
However, if you've seen the new wave of indie horror, they make it deeply uncomfortable. Movies like Hereditary.
Midsommar.
Yeah, Midsommar. They can
make it more,
or whatever it's called.
Yeah, Puka.
Yeah.
They make it more like uncomfortable for people.
Yeah, they can make you deeply uncomfortable, and that's what trying to push the envelope in horror was about, trying to make people uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So that they can achieve this in such ways, they do it through paranoia or through very simple body horror that uses a lot of practical effects.
Would I be wrong to say that why people say don't do Kubrick is because Kubrick had his own feel and there's no way you can really remake that?
Correct. I would say so. However, I also feel like you can actually remake it with respect to him if you make it a different story, but give it as much care as he did.
Yeah. Have you ever heard that his movies may be written in code that he's trying to tell you that I've heard this, I'm sorry, I'm bringing it, that he may have helped, if you believe in this, I'm sorry, I'm bringing up conspiracy things that I've heard about that has Kubrick in it, and it has to go with this, that maybe he had helped forage the moon landing. Have you ever heard that?
I've heard that story many times.
And that The Shining actually is him saying that he did it? It's
fake.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, it makes sense when you hear the story, but yeah, I can't believe that. Like,
you've got to be in a state of mind to be able to accept that kind of conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
But it's nonsense. The kind of light that Kubrick would have had to have were prohibitively expensive. He would have had to be richer than NASA at that point.
Yeah, well, we're talking about they funded him, basically, is what people say. But enough of that. I just thought, hey, see what you think about that if you never heard that. What's your number, 3?
The Producers.
Oh,
I never saw it.
The Producers is such a good
Cliff
good
notes.
film.
Give me, without spoilers, give me a cliff note.
Okay, well, I actually did write a sort of a cliff note. It's a classic movie that was really, really good. It definitely pushed the envelope at the time, but was certainly a funny movie about the perils of trying to scam the Broadway crowd. There's a content warning, there's a fake Nazi propaganda. I would not recommend if you're a neo-Nazi, because, they only deserve pain. Well, to give you a joke, one of the songs in the musical that they actually, decide to produce is called Springtime for Hitler in Germany.
Oh, jeez.
You remember that?
I remember that.
Yeah.
That was such a great...
Springtime for Hitler in Germany. Yeah, it was such a ridiculous movie.
Now, they did 2 movies of the Producers already.
Mm-hmm.
They did one with Gene Wilder, and then they did one with Nathan Lane. Who else was who else is the one within Nathan Lane? I forget it. But the one with Gene Wilder is really good.
Okay.
Well, we'll get back to you on the Nathan Lane question there. Now, the next one will be, I don't know if you saw this, Disney's Haunted Mansion.
Oh, yeah.
I liked the Eddie Murphy version, but the effects don't hold up anymore.
No.
I wouldn't mind seeing it redone.
We actually had this conversation a few episodes ago about Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, I told you guys about how Tim Burton
was supposed
to remake make a Haunted Mansion movie
Yep.
called 99 Happy Haunts. Me, I'm a big Disney fan. I follow Disney. I'm not as big as the people that I actually watch, like Justin Scard and all that shit, but it would have been awesome, I think. And Tim Burton, to me, I'm going to say it right now, I didn't like his Alice in Wonderland. He did follow things that I liked and showed me visuals that were stunning, but I didn't like the story. If you're going to remake Disney, why not remake it how Disney showed it instead of, yes, he made it like the books, and I have no problem with the books, but it's it doesn't feel like
the
Disney.
The books were a fever dream.
Like how he did Dumbo.
It doesn't, like he did Dumbo. It was beautiful. I loved the movie for what it was, but it wasn't Dumbo. But if he does Haunted Mansion, there's lore there, but it's where he can do whatever he wants. Yeah. And I would not hate it at all. Mm-hmm. I think it'd be great. Haunted Mansion, that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. My next choice is probably going to get me crucified in the comments. The Goonies.
The Goonies? No. I agree. I agree.
A cult classic that stays in the public consciousness.
It can be remade in today's times and still be relevant how it was.
I want to see how it would be done with today's practical effects.
Ooh, nice.
Because they did practical effects in that movie and it was great.
They even cut out some too. Mm-hmm. Did you know when they go down the water slides, they get in the water and they actually fight an octopus?
Oh, really? No, I didn't know that.
They cut that whole part and they just get on the boat.
No, that's crazy.
But the Goonies would be awesome.
Yeah, I think that would be great. You throw a bunch of kids together with Finn Wolfhard, and that'd be a great cast for it too.
Yeah, Finn Wolfhard, perfect.
Mm-hmm. He is.
And I mean, God, you could get Mama Fratelli. You just get Axl Rose. He looks just like her. If you haven't seen that, look online, put Mama Fratelli and Axl Rose, and you'll see the same exact person next to each other. Rest in peace. I think her name was Marion Ramsey.
I can't picture his voice though being
raspy and old woman.
Raspy and old, because he's just like, what is a line from that movie from her?
Oh God, it's been so long. I used to watch it like 3-4 times a year because I grew up watching that movie since I was 5, which would have been 1991. First time I ever remember watching that. And that movie, like, I loved the adventure aspect. Dude, you know what made me love that movie? Is the fact that they had to go through, like, puzzles and traps in order to get there.
It was an adventure
and
movie.
It was adventure. That's the same vibe I get with the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. It's all adventure. You know? You want to see people, your protagonists achieving a goal, and, oh my God, their life is on the line. You know? Data falls down, uses the pincers of peril, and he doesn't die. He doesn't get a stick up his ass. Which is totally a throwback to Indiana Jones.
Yeah, and also those things would have gave out in an instant.
Oh yeah, freaking just Chatterjaws with like a slinky on it. He would have never lived. But you know what? That's awesome.
But back to Axl Rose though. I found the quote that I'm gonna try to emulate Axl Rose doing.
He's gonna channel his inner Axl.
Trust your dear old mother, boys. Throw her in a 4-wheel drive and hold on to your hats. It doesn't work for me. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, what's your honorable mention?
My honorable mention is going to be Contact with Jodie Foster.
Contact is such a great movie.
Don't know if I saw it. It sounds familiar.
The original movie was a really good think piece.
Yeah.
Where
So it's basically they build this machine. She gets in this machine. And they make like this kind of portal thing, and she drops, and she's gone for hours in her head.
Well. Originally, what happens is she's monitoring for background radiation.
Oh yeah, background radiation.
She's monitoring for background radiation. She hears this weird sound, and she starts to decode it. And the more she decodes it, the more she realizes it's blueprints for this device that. Supposed to take you beyond the stars.
That's such a great movie. Jodie Foster, man, she's awesome. That is a really great movie though. Like I haven't seen it in a very long time. There's a lot of other stars in it too.
Yeah, it was one of the earlier movies that I watched where I started majorly thinking about the more greater implications of things in it.
Yeah.
Because basically, this movie in itself was the iceberg on top. It painted a story in its background.
Yeah.
Okay, with all that, you saying noise and blueprints and all that shit, I got an honorable mention for me that I'd like to see remade. And I think you guys would be okay with it. I'd like to see Stargate remade. Do you guys ever see Stargate?
Yeah,
that would be fun. Or Dune, like, either one, like a nice, like, spacey, weird movie, like getting remade.
Oh, I'd love to see a modern interpretation of Dune.
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool.
Stargate or Dune, that'd be great. Tank Girl. Cool.
All right, I got 5 and an honorable mention because I just thought of one.
Nice.
All right, so my number 5. Now my list is a little bit different. This is movies I love. Number 5.
Girly?
Some of them.
Okay.
Crybaby.
Oh, I love Crybaby.
That was a great movie.
I love Crybaby.
I know. It's such a great movie. Johnny Depp, like, it has the chick who was... Haven't seen it in a while, but it's an amazing movie.
Oh, it's Tracy Lords.
Tracy Lords.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for her because you watch any of her films back in the day, they're underage and you're not allowed to. That's gross.
Right. My number 4.
Fun facts, yeah.
My number 4 is The Devil's Advocate.
I never saw it.
With Keanu Reeves, Charlize Theron, and Al Pacino.
Actually, I did see it a long time ago.
Yeah,
it's okay. So it's one of those movies that are kind of twisted. Like at first you think it's one thing, but then you get to the end and it's just like insane. And the graphics they had for that, they were just little subtle hints, and I liked it about that movie. But I feel like if they remake it, it probably would be a little bit darker. But that's just one of my favorite movies. I love Keanu Reeves.
How dark would you want to make it? Would you make it like...
Not like super dark. I think... Because
What about like what's it?
Like a thriller, more like it's already considered a thriller, but like
that movie is very, very tense, even for its time.
Yeah, for its time, it was pretty like.
Yeah, like there is moments in there where you can feel the tension between Al Pacino and Keanu Reeves. It's just like you're just like, oh, I don't want to be. I wouldn't want to be a fly on that wall.
Yeah. All right, my number 3. It's an 80s movie. Late 80s, early 90s. Or no, it's like mid 90s. Yeah, it's mid 90s.
What is it?
Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead from Xena Applegate.
Yeah, maybe late 80s. I don't know. Yeah, that's a good movie.
Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
That movie with Adventures in Babysitting, those are great movies.
The dishes are done, man. Move on. My number 2, 3 Men and a Baby.
Oh, that'd be cool.
You got Tom Selleck, Ted Danson, and Steve Guttenberg. Yeah. And, I think that'd be a fun, like, little campy movie. You get some, like, really good actors into there.
You would both have Guttenberg in your list.
Steve Guttenberg is awesome.
Like Rick Moranis, I want Steve Guttenberg to come back. Okay.
All right. Now I'm going way old school. Black and white old school.
Okay.
Number 1 is Arsenic and Old Lace.
I was going to say that. I would love to see a new version of that movie.
So, Arsenic and Old Lace, it has Cary Grant in it. It's a very old movie. It's about a man who sees his aunts. He doesn't realize his aunts are killing old men and burying them in her basement. And basically, it's just he goes crazy trying to make sure his aunts don't get in trouble. And then his brother comes and brings a dead body, and it's really funny. And it was made back in the 40s, and it was just a really fun campy movie.
Doctor, if you haven't seen it, you need to see it. I think we have.
We have it.
It is a comedy from the 40s. It is actually funny.
I'll have to watch it. I read it in high school.
Oh, dude, and then the movie's great. Cary Grant, amazing actor.
The story was great.
All right.
I do believe we have talked about this movie on the podcast before.
No, I haven't. Oh, we could have. I don't know. All right.
Yes, we did.
I edit them. I know.
Yeah, I do kind of remember it now, so it's coming back to me.
All right. My honorable mention is Barbra Streisand.
Oh,
Barbra Streisand.
Babs.
Hello, Dolly.
Dolly.
I am a sucker for musicals. I really am. And Hello, Dolly is one of my favorite Barbra Streisand movies. And because I loved the outfits, I loved the time that they set it in, and it's very Victorian looking, and but I would like to see them do it in a more modern fashion, and see how would they do it in a more modern fashion.
So like a generation change.
Yeah, but we'll still have basically the same storyline. They're not going to have the same exact songs because, of course, the songs from that time are going to be different. But I would like to see a newer rendition of Hello, Dolly. So that's my honorable mention.
In what generation would you place it in?
Let's see.
Since that's like, what, 1800s?
Yeah, they did it in the 1800s.
It was basically Mary Poppins.
Yeah. I think I wouldn't do it in the present time now. I wouldn't do it at this present time.
What would you think about like 50s or 60s?
That's what I was thinking, like the 50s or 60s. I would like to see how they would do it, but like they'd be in like New York.
Yeah, I was gonna say
if you 50s, 60s in New York.
If you do it too little town, it would come off as a new Greece, and you wouldn't want that.
Well, it's not originally in a little town, but I think
I've got the perfect generation.
Huh.
I'm not cutting you off. I'm sorry, but I just had this. 50s and 60s would be good. What about 70s disco?
Oh wow!
Do it in a 70s disco time. I think that would work. She's the disco queen, basically, like that would be interesting. Right, I don't know. So
those are mine.
Those are great picks. I like those. Definitely why we have a woman's perspective on things here.
Certainly.
It is great.
That was all of them?
Yeah, that was
it. That was all of those ones. I don't know. So what do you guys want to do? You want to do some movie reviews? Do you want to do some news?
I think we should do movie reviews.
Movie reviews.
I don't have a movie review.
We're gonna do Onward and Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh, I see. Oh, group movie. Yes, okay.
Group reviews, because we watched both of them the other night.
That's true.
Let's. Where do you want to start with? The children friendly or the adult movie?
Let's go backwards. Let's do the raunchy, dirty one first.
Raunchy. Jay and Silent Bob's reboot. Basically, taking Jay and Silent Bob from their Strike Back movie, and they find out that their movie is being rebooted.
So, when I found out about this movie and figured out it'd be a Jay and Silent Bob movie, I was thinking, yeah, this is just going to be, another camp stoner, funny movie, right? Then, Kevin Smith put tears on my face.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't expect that because it was like tears on the level like Chasing Amy.
Yeah.
That movie made me cry.
It wasn't Jersey Girl tears.
Yeah, it wasn't Jersey Girl tears, but it was pretty intense. It was a really good movie, I think. They do go a whole lot back to their roots of comedy, and they know how to update it really well.
Yeah, they did. They definitely did. It definitely put me back into a nostalgia era of my life where I was a teenager watching Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back when I wasn't supposed to, because that movie, I think, almost has the world record for how many times the F-bomb's been dropped. like the stuff they would say in that movie was ridiculous for a 15-year-old probably to be watching.
Yeah,
but my dad did not care. Well, I mean, he was by himself. He was not by himself. He had just him and my mom had just split, so he was just like, whatever, we're hanging. So
real quick before we go on, what was your first Kevin Smith film, everyone? Because mine was Dogma.
Oh, mine was Dogma.
Great.
Mine was Dogma. I wasn't supposed to watch it, but my older sister is a bad influence, so.
Like I said, it probably was Strike Back because I got into him a little bit later because I had never heard of him when I was a teenager. Then I saw that movie and I thought, I saw a trailer for it. So, this looks hilarious. I love this kind of stuff. Let's watch it. I used to watch Cheech and Chong movies with my dad when I was like 12. Obviously, that shouldn't have happened, but it wasn't because I wasn't focusing on the bad stuff. I was focusing on the jokes. And I loved the jokes. So Jay and Silent Bob came on. It gave me back that same, vibe. And I watched it and I loved it. And ever since then, I've seen his serious movies. I've seen his non-serious movies. Zack and Miri. You got the movie Red State, which is fucking brutal as all hell. It's awesome. Me and Tank Girl decided to make ourselves feel fucking miserable and watch Jersey Girl.
It was awful.
It's a beautiful movie, but it makes you feel so fucking real about sadness. It's ridiculous. So kudos to Kevin Smith on that one, because you can actually make somebody cry.
First 3 minutes.
For real.
Yeah, no, I've always believed in Kevin Smith as a director, producer, everything that he's involved with. I've never had a problem with.
Neither have I. And you know what? I would listen to his podcasts, and people offer him to direct bigger roles, and he chooses not to because he doesn't think he can do it. And I'm like, dude,
that's humble.
Like they're like, hey, we want you to direct a superhero movie, and he's like, no, I can't do that.
Well, he does like episodes of The Flash. And
I'm talking about movies.
No, I know.
Yeah, movies are a much bigger responsibility. But yeah, I saw Dogma, and immediately my friend was like, hey, did you like that? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, okay, we're watching Clerks.
Clerks, great movie too.
So that was a great night.
Mallrats. I think actually, no, now I take it back. I think Mallrats may have been my first movie.
Mallrats was great.
That was cool. Especially in Reboot, they I think they actually filmed in that mall before it was torn down.
And then they had a nice little thing for Stanley.
Yes, Stanley. Rest in peace.
They had so many of their callbacks from different movies in that movie as well.
And then plus a lot of new cameos in that movie too.
Oh yeah, everybody in Strike Back was pretty much back. Not everybody, but 99% of the people were.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the guy who played Randall, I think it was, the guy who was the video store guy.
Yeah.
Didn't come back. that's okay. The dude, from what I hear, is very upset because he lost his wife.
Yeah.
And he just didn't want to do it anymore. And I hope he gets over his pain and can find his love for cinema again, because this movie was it sucked that you weren't there.
Can we talk about how good Shannon Elizabeth looked?
Shannon Elizabeth looked amazing.
I mean, Shannon Elizabeth is just one of those ladies that always looks great.
She was smoking in that movie still. She looked like she hadn't aged a fucking day.
I mean, she looked like she got younger.
Yeah, right? Like she had gotten younger. Alright, that movie, what do you give that? If you had to give 2 thumbs up, what'd you give?
I'd give a hearty 4 thumbs up.
4 thumbs up. Tank Girl, what would you give it?
I'd give all of our thumbs up.
I'd give it 2 beers and 5 Munch thumbs up.
It was just such a good movie, and it like made you really feel. And I love the fact that Jane Muse's daughter Logan was in it. She's a cutie.
She was cute.
I just love at the end. Harley Quinn Smith was all like, I fucking hate Kevin Smith. I was like, oh, that's great.
If you don't know that, yeah, that's his daughter who's saying that she hates him in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. All right, let's do some kids-friendly review. Disney Plus recently put one of their movies that was only in theaters for a couple weeks before the COVID pandemic, and that was Onward. Onward is now on Disney Plus, and we all decided to watch it. We watched it with Logus, and it looks like Tank Girl's got something to say about it.
I cried.
We all cried.
It was okay.
Oh, yeah.
So it was so good, and it just like shows you like, you know, what true family is. And, you know, I love how they do the rendition of like these creatures, and like how technology and like advancement has made them not magical. And I just love how their journey has people rediscovering who they really are, like what they really are. I think my favorites are the Pixies.
Yeah.
The biker Pixies.
The fun thing about it is that it exists within the D&D lore.
Yeah, the D&D lore, which the Doctor is very well versed in.
Yeah, it's within the D&D lore. It takes a few liberties and things like that, but they had to get licensure from, I believe, who is it, Wizards, that owns D&D.
The Blob. They had to get license to use that.
They had to get the
gelatinous blob.
Gelatinous cube.
Gelatinous cube, that's what it was. Sorry.
And one other creature in there.
I forgot what the other one was. Yeah, but there was a couple creatures.
Was it?
The Manticore is like, it was licensed by.
But it's like, no, they had to get permission to use 2 like things from a game that was from people who made it that weren't even like huge, like the creators of D&D.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, whoa, that's kind of cool. Well, they went up to some people who made a thing for their game and was like, we want to use this in our movie, can we use it?
Right.
And the gelatinous cube was one of them.
The gelatinous cube, yeah, belongs to D&D.
So this movie was great. It was a coming of age movie about 2 brothers trying to bring their father back for one day. And if you can think of all that, you just listen to that, and that makes you think, oh my god, the feels are going to be in this movie.
And it totally was.
Well, not only that, you're in for a real, an actual, like, fantastical adventure in it, too. It's good.
I mean, Star-Lord and Spider-Man did a great job voicing these guys. Tom Holland, Chris Pratt. It was a great movie. I mean, I'd
recommend seeing it.
I would think Walt Disney would be proud of this movie, because that's the kind of stuff he was always trying to promote. It's from what I think. He wants you to have to do something in a movie, show you how you get there, and learn something from it all in once. And this movie definitely did. You know, not giving any spoilers because it's still fairly new.
Yeah.
And even though I'm a person who likes to give spoilers. I don't care if people hate me for it or not, but I'm not going to do it. This movie you need to see, and I'm going to give you a few weeks before I spoil it for you. I'm kidding.
We will never talk about Onward ever again in this series.
Exactly. Onward was a great movie. Go watch it. Disney Plus. And other things are coming to it. All right.
We got a new game to give a review. Well, not a new game, but A game that I want to review because it's pretty new to me.
A game? Oh, yeah. You were telling me this.
Mm-hmm. I picked up the Game Pass from Xbox because, we have an Xbox at my house. There is a game called Hollow Knight. It's a Metroidvania. But it has basically lore that it reminds me of the dreariness in series like Dark Souls. It's a very cool game because as you go through, you find these tough as nails enemies that you have to fight, these tough as nails bosses. But it rewards you because it'll give you this chamber afterwards that gives you this item. And here's where it comes into play with like the old Zelda style dungeon crawler. The items that you get transform your gameplay. They add buttons that you can use to traverse the gigantic map. And it's absolutely gorgeous. The characters are kind of cutesy, but they're bugs. I don't know how they did this. They made these things actually look kind of epic, but they're also bugs.
Okay.
If you have like $15 and you like side scrollers, 2D side scrollers with beautiful art and tough as nails platforming as well as tough as nails combat, I would recommend picking it up.
Hollow Knight by
Team Cherry.
Okay.
Also, they've put out a lot of DLC that they've put out for free. This studio is like, I think 10 people, and they love you.
Let's do something fun.
Something fun.
Something fun.
Something fun.
Something fun.
Something fun.
I think Logus wants to go against you now. We're going to do this trivia buff thing. Alright, so trivia buff. We're going to go Logus versus Tank Girl Part 2.
The Revengeaning.
The Revengeaning. I've got quite a bit of questions just in case, because we're going to go to 10, or maybe we'll do 12. Some of these are two-parter questions, you know?
Yes, I went ahead and upped the difficulty on these questions, being that it's a rematch.
Well, I got 17 questions.
I picked 7.
7, cool.
You realize you guys
So then I
are
guess we're gonna go to 20. You guys are gonna play to 20. All right, I need you to get over here closer.
First to 20.
What's up? It's me, Logus McBrogus here.
Okay.
I'm gonna beat her in trivia buff.
You're gonna beat Tank Girl. Are you ready? I mean, you're on your cell phone.
Sorry, I was watching pimple popping.
Pimple popping. You're
disgusting.
We're gonna have her do a review on that next time.
Oh yeah, I'm a sick bitch.
So I'm gonna go first. You guys pay attention. If you guys remember, hands on the table. First hand up gets to answer the question and get the point. Okay, first one is video games. What does NES stand for?
NES.
Logus.
Nintendo Entertainment System.
Correct. You got 1 point. Okay, Logus 1.
Okay, question number 2. In Monty Python's Search for the Holy Grail, many of the bits became famous for their hilarity. In one, there was a question about the average flight speed of an unladen swallow. What 2 distinctions of variation on those birds were asked? Tank Girl.
They talk about an African swallow
And
a oh my god. Wait, no, I know this.
Oh my god is not the answer.
So one's an African swallow, and it's not an English swallow, is it? That's not it, right?
No.
But it. Fuck. What is it? An African swallow.
5, 4, 3, 2.
I'm gonna feel
1.
stupid, huh?
Ding ding ding.
I'm gonna feel really
Answer.
stupid, huh?
Yeah, it's European.
Fuck! God damn it!
I will award you half a point for that.
Half a point. I need you to scoot over a little bit.
1 to 1.5.
I need you to scooch over right
we
here.
don't need you to be telling
We
us
got
the score.
The scores are. If you need the score, he will tell you the
Yeah,
score.
you don't need to be constantly saying it.
All right, this one is video games again. Mine go a little bit easy all the way to a little bit hard. Not as hard as Doc does over here. So,
So the doctor's going to have some hard questions for you.
like I said, get your hands ready. I don't want you knocking stuff over. Come on. Sit normal, please. What game is Sub-Zero from? Oh, Tank Girl.
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. Immortal Wombat.
Are you ready for pain?
For pain. Bring on the pain.
That was another point to Tank Girl, so... Everyone knows Neil Patrick Harris became first famous for his role in Doogie Howser, MD. What was his first role?
Oh, I don't even think I know this.
You know.
Huh. Was it a movie?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It was in the 80s. Because Doogie Howser was in the 80s. It was when he was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I know this too because I was just looking at his IMDb the other day. What the fuck was it?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No points awarded.
But what was it?
Answer?
Clara's Heart.
I have never heard of that in my life.
Okay.
But okay. Alright. This is a comic book question. Get ready. First hand up gets it. Name any 3 of the Robins. Ooh. Should we do a Rochambeau on that one?
Mm-hmm.
Rochambeau.
I couldn't quite see.
First one wins. Wait. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, Tank Girl.
Their names? Like their actual names?
3 of their just first names.
Tim Drake. Cassidy Cade. No, not Cassie Cade. No, because that's somebody else. Tim Drake. My God, why am I like drawing a blank right now? No, Tim Drake. Oh my God! What
5,
no!
3, 2, 1.
Dick Grayson! Oh my God! Damn it!
You got 2.
I couldn't
Logus for the
fucking
steal.
think of it.
Oh my Tim Drake, Damian Wayne,
Fuck
Dick
this.
Grayson.
Dick Grayson. There.
I couldn't think of it. Like I
It's
got
okay. People have brain
Oh my
farts.
God! I feel so
He got
stupid.
his 1 point for an extra point. Can you name? No, you get 2 points extra if you can name 3 more, Logus. If you can't name 3 more, she can try. Do you want to try the question?
Which ones did you say?
He said Dick Grayson.
And you can't repeat the ones you already said. I'm not telling him.
I
what
can
he
only
said.
think of 1.
Tank Girl, would you like to try for another 3 of them?
I don't even know right now. I swear the girl's name's Casey Kane or something like that. It's like Casey or Cassidy or
Cassandra King
Cassandra.
is orphan. Not Robin.
Oh no! Well, who was?
You got Dick Grayson,
Yeah.
Jason Todd,
Yeah, there it is.
Tim Drake, Stephanie Brown,
Stephanie Brown,
Carrie Kelly,
Carrie Kelly. That's her fucking name.
and Damian Wayne.
Damn it!
I was gonna say Jason
Okay,
Todd.
so 1 point for Logus.
I got 2 of them though.
You don't get points for how you have to name all 3. I said 3. It's okay.
What is the first anime to be broadcast in America? Tank Girl.
Is it Sailor Moon? No.
No. For the chance to steal, Logus.
Dragon Ball.
No. Do you know this?
No, you already answered.
No, not an anime guy. I still like him.
This one I've always known for some reason. Astro Boy.
Astro Boy. I do know Astro Boy. Just never wasn't thinking of.
Most of this stuff.
No points awarded.
All right. Here's another comic book one. Oh wait, what's the score?
We're at 2 to 1.5.
2 to 1. 1.5.
Who's winning?
That would be Logus.
That'd be. What comic book does Superman make his debut in? Oh, Logus.
Action Comics issue 1.
Action Comics issue 1. For an extra point, can you tell me what the cover date and year is? On Action Comics number 1?
I can't do that.
You want to guess, Tango?
I'm gonna say June 6, 1947.
Oh, you don't need the date. You just need the month and the year. But you got June. It was June 1938.
Oh.
You were close. That was great. You out of questions?
No, I have 4 more.
All right.
What is the name of the 1988 anime film that changed the face of animation forever? This film features post-apocalyptic biker gangs and youths with telekinetic abilities.
Oh,
It's anime.
it's anime.
1988.
Mm-hmm.
God, I think I know what this is. I can't remember the name.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, I'm just thinking. Hold on. Biker gang. I don't know.
I'm stumped.
I'll give you a hint. It brought the term or the idea of a mega Tokyo into the forefront concept of sci-fi.
San Francisco.
Mega Tokyo.
I don't know.
That doesn't help at
Oh,
all.
yeah. Can I say it?
Yep.
It's Akira.
It's a cute.
See, I don't know that.
Most of the stuff that
Stuff you should watch.
Most of the stuff that you
interesting.
asked, we don't really know.
That's okay. That's why he's trying hard. All right. This one's not really nerd, but it's nerd because it's trivia. What country is the largest in the world? Tank Girl.
Russia?
Correct. 1 point for Tank Girl.
No.
Doctor. You're up.
Al Simmons is the name of the alter ego of which anti-hero from comic books?
Al Simmons.
I know.
Is it DC or Marvel?
Do you hear this? That's my hand waving.
Can you tell us what?
What comic book?
Dark Horse.
Dark Horse.
Oh, it's Dark Horse.
Is it Dark Horse? Yeah, it's Dark
I
Horse.
think it's
Ninja
maybe?
Turtles?
No, it's not Ninja Turtles.
No, wait, that's IDW.
You have to raise your hand, dude.
I don't know. I probably know.
Can I give you guys a hint?
Sure.
Can I give them a hint?
Yep.
He is a DLC character in the new Mortal Kombat. Okay, Tank Girl.
Tank Girl.
Is it Spawn?
It's
Yep.
Spawn.
Al Simmons. Spawn.
It's Spawn. So point awarded to Tank Girl. All right. I was trying to do questions a little bit everything, So I'm still got another world question that you should know, Mr. Logus. Which ocean is the deepest? Oh, Tank Girl. Answer.
Is it the Mediterranean?
That's a sea. That's not the ocean.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Logus.
The Pacific?
Correct. The Pacific.
But what's the difference between a sea and an ocean? Is it like the same thing?
No. The oceans, we got the Arctic.
No,
we got
no.
The Indian.
What's the difference
Doesn't
between a sea and an ocean?
I don't know the definition between
I said the
them.
difference.
It's not an ocean. Sea is just a small body of water, as far as I know.
Let me get you the difference. Many people use the terms ocean and sea interchangeably when speaking about the ocean, but there is a difference between the two terms when speaking of geography. Seas are smaller than oceans and are usually located where the land and ocean meet. Typically, seas are partially enclosed by land. For example, the Red Sea, you'll find that inside of a land.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But the ocean, the Pacific Ocean, it's not enclosed.
Okay.
All right. So you got the point for Logus, right?
Correct, yep.
All right. Back to you, Doctor.
Of Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, and Harrison Ford, which actor originally refused a 3-movie deal?
Ooh,
Tank Girl.
Harrison Ford.
Correct.
That's what I was gonna pick. Great. All right.
Fun fact, Harrison Ford was a carpenter before he became a actor.
A carpenter for George Lucas.
Mm-hmm. When they were doing American Graffiti.
Yeah, and then he got a role for American Graffiti.
Mm-hmm.
It was great.
Yep.
I'm going to skip this next one because the next one was actually another geography question. This one is actually a cooking question, and it's a multiple choice. This one is, what pasta's name means little worms in Italian? Is it spaghetti, fettuccine, or vermicelli? Bogus.
Vermicelli?
Correct. Vermicelli in Italian means little worms.
I just guessed that.
Good guess.
In what year is the game Mega Man 4 set in?
Oh, what year?
Mega Man 4.
Bogus.
2055?
No.
Good guess.
2150.
2300. I don't know, honestly.
20XX.
20XX. Okay. All right. This one is a mythology. Greek mythology. Who is the god of war? If you say Kratos, you lose. Tank
Girl.
Ares.
Ares.
Ares, the god of war.
Kratos actually technically is the god of war in the video games, but I was thinking Greek mythology. What were we saying?
I said in the Wonder Woman movie, she goes against Ares.
Yes.
Correct. That was my 7.
Okay. I got it. I got more. Okay. Ooh, I'm looking at all these. I'm like, ooh. Okay. What is Casey Jones' weapon of choice? Tank Girl.
Hockey stick.
Hockey stick. And for another point, can you name me another weapon he uses?
Baseball bat.
It's true. That I can give you a point for that. That's 2 points. Do you want a point, Logus? Can you give me a very obscure weapon that he uses?
Hockey puck?
He does use hockey pucks, but obscure I'm looking for is
Cricket paddle.
a cricket bat. So 2 points for Tank Girl.
I forgot he uses a cricket bat.
Let's have a fun one. I got a few of these questions here, 2 of them, that are Nevada-based questions off their old laws.
Oh God, old laws.
You guys, none of you guys are gonna get this, but I think it's funny. So if you can try, if you win and you get this, you win, I guess, because I would never know. In Reno, it's illegal to hide what in your basement?
Dead bodies.
I think that's illegal to hide anywhere you live. You have a guess? You want to guess anything? Okay, well, it's illegal in Reno to hide in your basement a spray-painted shopping cart.
It's very specific.
Very specific.
Thank you, Reno,
Thank
for
you,
reminding me why I never want to go visit.
Another one. This one's for 2 points. It's a Las Vegas It's an old Las Vegas law. It is illegal to drive what down the highway in Las Vegas? Logus.
A scooter?
No, not a scooter.
Like one of those.
That's not a scooter, but good guess. Tank Girl, have any
Horse and
idea?
carriage.
Close. What?
I was going
A
to say
horse?
No. Okay?
a donkey.
You guys are close, but no. In Vegas, it is illegal to drive your camel down the highway.
It's reasonable.
It's reasonable.
It's reasonable.
Don't bring your camels because they stink. Wash their ass. Let's do a math question. Real quick math question.
Camels, I call them spitty boys.
Oh, come on. You know this one. What's the square root of 144? Oh, your mom got hot quicker.
12.
12. Quick 1 point right there.
What's the score, Dr. Cheese?
We've got Logus at 5 points. Tank Girl at 9.5.
I think we'll go to 12. I think 20 is a little high.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I expect them to be able to answer
Here-
some of mine.
Here's a fun one.
I answered 1
Here's
and a half.
Here's a fun one. According to the study conducted by flatulologist, Dr. Michael Levitt, whose farts smell worse, men or women?
Women.
Oh, Tank Girl. Women? That's what you said?
Mm-hmm.
That's correct. Can you tell me why?
Our hormones are like so freaking disgusting.
The doctor, do you know why it would be the women smell worse?
No, actually, I haven't really done a whole lot of studies into that.
Supposedly women produce more hydrogen sulfide, which makes them smell worse. so Tank Girl gets a point. All right. This one's actually really a cool question that I came across. The Ninja Turtles comic is originally a spoof of what Marvel comic? Logan.
X-Men?
No.
No, that's not right.
Avengers.
Tank Girl. Avengers. No. Doctor, you want... Oh, wait. Logus, what?
The Inhumans?
No.
Oh.
Doctor, what? Are you going to try again?
Defenders.
No. Doctor, do you want to try? What?
No.
Ninja Turtles is originally a spoof of what Marvel comic?
A Marvel comic?
Oh, I know.
The Thing?
No. What do you know?
Fantastic Four?
No.
Oh.
It's actually a spoof of Daredevil.
Duh.
In Daredevil, Matt Murdock fights the hand, the turtle fights the foot. Murdock's teacher is Stick, and the turtle's teacher is Splinter.
That's funny.
That's fantastic.
All right. What is the largest state in the United States? Tank Girl.
Texas.
No.
Oh, wait, no, I know it.
Logus.
Alaska.
Alaska. One for Logus.
Damn it, I knew
One
that
for
too.
Logus.
Because they have all their little islands and everything.
Well, it's also landmass is bigger than Texas.
Yep. I forgot about that.
What are we at? We
And
almost
also,
at 12?
California's bigger than Texas. We've got 6 to 10.5.
All right. Ned is whose friend in the Marvel Universe?
What?
What?
Ned is whose friend in the Marvel Universe?
Ned.
Who's Ned?
Are you serious?
Ned.
Wow, this
Oh
is
my
a harder
God.
question than I thought it was
Who the
going
heck
to be.
is Ned?
I thought Logus would be all over this because he's seen these movies and he loves these movies. Marvel Universe. His friend is named Ned.
Who is Ned?
It's not Deadpool, is it? No.
No, that's Weasel.
Oh, yeah.
You're close though.
Spider-Man?
He teams
Oh, it's Spider-Man.
who? Who is Spider-Man?
Oh, Peter Parker.
Peter Parker.
There it is.
Ned is Peter Parker's friend. Do you remember him now,
Oh, yeah,
Logus?
from Spider-Man.
All right,
oh my
point
God, I'm so
for
stupid.
Tank Girl. You're not stupid. You're just misinformed.
Brain farts.
So late at night.
Here's an easy one. Which Marvel legend appeared in every Marvel film from Iron Man to Avengers Endgame? Tank Girl.
Marvel Legend or
Marvel legend appeared in every Marvel film from Iron Man to Avengers Endgame.
Stanley.
Stan Lee. What's his catchphrase? What's his catchphrase?
I have it.
Excelsior!
Thank you. 2 points. I think Tank Girl has
Girl wins.
one. It's okay. We will try again to take that lady out. But right now, she's undefeated. She's the world champion.
I'm 2 for
So sad.
man.
2-0. Hey, you're leaving. I got some fun, cringy dad jokes. Oh yeah, the Grown Ranger is here. Hey ho, Silver! Hooray!
Oh my god.
Cringy dad jokes.
I
Great.
can't wait
I was
for
gonna
the
have you
game.
guys rate these, but I think I just need to hear your disgust in these instead of the rating.
What about just our reactions?
Your
Yeah.
reactions, the disgust in your voice,
That
yes.
sounds good.
Cringy dad joke number 1. How many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh? Tentacles. What do you call an illegally parked frog? Toad.
I need a sip of beer.
You need some beer after that one. I'm gonna have some too. brought to you by Voodoo Ranger, a great IPA.
Very tasty.
How do you organize a space party? You plan it.
At a space bar, right?
At a space bar.
You're so bad.
You need some space. Give me some space.
Well, I mean, I can have some space, but I don't know if you know this one. Why couldn't the bicycle stand up by itself? It was too tired.
Oh, God.
This is my husband, everybody.
And lastly, the cringe to help you. Why did the coffee file a police report?
I don't want to know.
It got mugged. Boom.
I'm done here.
Logus, thank you for coming. I'll
You're
see you
welcome.
later.
See ya in the next time.
Cringy dad jokes. The cringe is real.
I need some ibuprofen now.
I know. God, I just got a headache listening to those.
Well, if you need a headache, if you got a headache, you need to take this prescription, and to get a prescription, you need to talk to the doctor. And I think the doctor has some medical opinions for us today.
Oh, we got Dr. Cheese's medical opinion.
Dr. Cheese is in.
He is a doctor. He doesn't just play one on TV.
No, I'm not a real doctor. No.
We're trying to confuse him. It's great. Dr. Cheese, what is your medical opinion on leaving the toilet seat up?
Well, my prescription for that would be to try to consider other people. If you leave the toilet seat up, it's probably because you're an inconsiderate jackass. If you are an inconsiderate jackass, I prescribe you to get the fuck out of here.
Also, you might have some symptoms if you do that. Your wife falls in, you might just get death. So that wouldn't be too good.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. Dr. Cheese, how much coffee should people intake a day?
It's very contextual. Are you talking about the normal human being?
Or him.
Either or.
The normal human being, I would say, you should probably not want to have more than 2-3 cups a day.
And your personal...
Sky's the limit, baby. Sky's the limit. You know, that's that black gold.
It's the black gold. Coffee makes the doctor go crazy.
That makes me feel good.
Dr. Cheese, what is your medical opinion on overly religious people?
My prescription for that would be to take their opinions with a bit of sodium.
A bit of sodium.
A pinch of salt, if you would. No, the thing about it is that religious opinions are great. They're great to keep to yourself.
Exactly.
If you want to go ahead and, post it all over my Facebook, though, I'm gonna have to say that you're gonna probably make me lose my medical license because it's looked down upon to punch patients.
Punch patients.
Dr. Cheese, what is your medical opinion on people who play holiday music before Thanksgiving?
Are you at a loss of words?
People who play holiday music at any time before Christmas Day from 7 a.m. to 12 noon are insane.
All right. Doctor, I've got one last one. What's your medical opinion on video games?
On video games, they're not really medicine.
But what's your opinion on them?
As a medical doctor, I would recommend at least 1 hour a week to fulfill your entertainment purposes.
Especially, but would you prescribe more during the quarantine?
Yeah, especially during the quarantine. When you're not playing video games, you better be washing your hands or washing your ass.
Wash they ass.
Wash your damn ass.
Doctor, thank you for your medical opinions. I'm glad you were in today.
Oh, I like to get it in.
Doctor, give me the news.
I got a bad case of get the fuck away from me.
Okay. Tank Girl, give me one of those sweet one-liners you got.
Your stomach thinks all potatoes are mashed.
And that's that. This is like a new level of, it's not dad jokes, they're mom quips. Like, that's what these are. They're mom quips. These are great.
Thanks for the Clarence.
They make you
Clarence.
think. Your stomach already thinks the potatoes are mashed. That's amazing. I love it. Okay.
Certainly.
Well, I mean, we've been here for almost an hour and a half. I think we're good for the night, unless you guys got stuff to say.
Nope, I'm good for tonight.
You got anything, Doctor?
Well, as I usually say, I love you all. Give me kisses. Right in the mouth.
Right in the mouth.
Open. Touch teeth.
Touch toes. What? What?
Call toes. Anyway, let's let's go ahead and sign off, guys.
All right. Well, this is another great podcast of the Munch Bros in the Nerdverse, and
everyone tells us so.
They do. They tell us so.
Mm-hmm.
We will see you next weekend
Just
with a new, ever fantastical podcast that you've already heard this shit before, but we're saying it anyway. Blasphemous 13.
Tank Girl.
Dr. Cheese.
Excelsior.
Bye, guys.